What's up, amigos? Commander Jaime here today, and we are doing a combo video for Nightrose Premium. I know in the past that you guys have requested an updated version of the Starlight Loop. For those that don't know, this is Starlight Nightrose back from the Rummy Labyrinth days. Let me see if focus that. There's actually a loop that you can do to basically, in combination with Negrabone from the G era, to re-loop itself and keep calling rearguards during the battle phase. And so most of you have been asking me, is there an updated version that we can do and just actually abuse? So I'm going to show off a variation of one play of the Starlight Loop. There's actually many ways to abuse it. This one's going to use 5 counterblasts, which is possible with Grenache and Tyr and King Serpent being able to countercharge for you. And then also, what's cool, I'm going to use Bad Bounty. So this is going to give you 2 Vanguard attacks as well and a lot of rearguard attacks. This one is going to do 10 attacks in total. So the key cards that you really want are these 5 rearguards, basically. And so, sorry for the glare, but this is basically Nightstorm and this is King Serpent. What's cool about Nightstorm and Skull Dragon, these are cards that you're already playing. One, because it's a beater, and then Nightstorm because he's our attack extender. And then the other text that, honestly, you could just throw in is 1 copy of the King Serpent, 1 copy of the Starlight Nightrose, and 1 copy of the G-Era Negrabone. You don't need to play a heavy amount of any of these cards at all. So, and I'll explain why along the way how this makes sense with just 1 copy of those cards too as well. So let's just begin the combo. So let's say you set up your main phase like this. You want to have a Nightstorm and a Negrabone in the same column. This can be anything. You can use Greed Shade to grab pieces like Negrabone to be able to call them from hand, or even Nightstorm. You can use the V-Era Negrabone to revive cards as well during your main phase because you're on Bad Bounty, for example, if you want to do this turn per se. And so, of course, you want to have other cards that are in the drop zone ready to call out, like King Serpent and Starlight and so on. And then, of course, the rewrite that is going to happen with Nightrose V, essentially. So for the first attack, you're going to do the Vanguard. Any drive checks you want to apply to your rearguards. And then you're going to use the skill, Counterblast 1, discard 3. You want to make sure you're at GB2 as well, and you're going to rewrite a Nightrose V. And you get your Protect marker, of course, and this is your setup now. Now, the key thing with Nightrose V, what makes this possible with 1 Negrabone and 1 Nightstorm and 1 Starlight, is the first skill. So when your rearguard attacks or boosts, it gets 5k, so you're going to hit numbers regardless with small pokes. But at the same time, at the end of the battle, it's going to retire that unit. So that way you can immediately use it during the battle phase from another revival skill, basically. So, you're going to follow up with Greed Shade. So this is the second battle. This is going to be a beater. And then, for the third wave, Nightstorm and Negrabone. The other cool thing is that when you're making columns, you're basically having a 10k power up because of Nightrose V. But if it's a single unit, they're just going to get plus 5. So this is 11 plus 7, which makes 18. 18 plus 10k, 28. And so this is 28, which is actually a really good number. And then at the end of the battle, 3 skills are going off. Nightrose V is going off for both of them to retire at the end of the battle. Nightstorm goes off to be able to call something. And then Negrabone is going to retire the unit it boosted to call something else with Hollow. So you want to do Nightstorm first. So Counterblast 1. And then this is where you introduce the Starlight. Right here. There you go. Now, use Negrabone's skill. Retire this unit and actually call it back right there. Then, let Nightrose V resolve to retire the Negrabone here. Because Starlight was introduced and then saw the Nightstorm called again, her GB2 skill activates. So it's basically Soul Blast 1 to call grade 1 behind it. And boom, you have the G-Era Negrabone right back, reset it, but on the other side of the column, basically. So now you have, that was 3 attacks, and then you used another counterblast for the Negrabone. Can't forget about that. There you go. Then you want to do Starlight, 16k. That's 4. Then the Nightstorm again. Oh, this dies, of course, of Nightrose V. Then use the skill to counterblast, call King Serpent. So now King Serpent will Soul Charge and Countercharge 1. This dies because of Nightrose V. Then you can do this, which is 15 plus 10k, 25. Then, at the end of the battle, kill the King Serpent and revive Nightstorm. And then Nightrose V kills Negrabone as well. So now you're at this point in time. You have one counterblast left right now. Then you're going to attack with the Nightrose Vanguard. Use the skill, counterblast 1, and call a column. You can call any booster. You can do Ripple Banshee, for example. I'm not going to use the Ripple Banshee skill, but the important thing is the King Serpent, so that way you can immediately soul charge again and then counter charge. So you have one counterblast to use after this call, which is essential. You do your drive checks, and you apply them to any of your rear guards, and then you can attack with this column. So let's say I didn't use the skill. This is just 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 10, 26. This dies. Then you have your Night Storm, 16. At the end of the battle, counterblast 1, and call a beater. In this case, the Mighty Skull Dragon. Night Storm dies. And then finally, for your 10th and final attack for this play, Skull Dragon. And then it dies at the end of the battle, of course. So keynote, like I mentioned, Night Storm and cards like Negrabone and Starlight are really your key pieces to kind of like keep looping with each other. To really go even farther, you can use cards like Tear to potentially countercharge a lot more. So the call that I did with King Serpent and that booster, you can do Tear and King Serpent. And so basically, instead of calling the Night Storm before the Vanguard column call, you can call back the Starlight and reintroduce it. And then you call that column, countercharge a ton, then use her skill to actually call back the Negrabone. And so you have this column to actually keep extending further, basically looping the Starlight Loop. And so that's the updated version of the Starlight Loop. And it's pretty cool. It's honestly only needs a few combo pieces. I am still playtesting Nightrose Standard and Premium, so please be patient with me with coming out deck profiles. Definitely excited. As you can see, I got the sleeves and everything, and some of the new cards like Bat Bounty. And I gotta say, it looks fantastic. Let me glue that. It's a fantastic looking card. The camera doesn't do enough justice for it. But anyway, so that's it, guys. So look forward to more videos for Nightrose and Granblue in general. And I'll see you guys there. Bye.